Moving on to number 2. Abby has 3.5 cups of sugar. She uses 1 3/4 cups of sugar for baking cookies. How much sugar in cups does she have left? So we've got Abby with it. Just take the numbers out and say she's got some sugar. She uses it. When she uses the sugar, she is removing it. She's separating it. And because these are unequal amounts, we want to label this as separating, and it is subtraction. All right, let's go ahead and make our quick window pane. We want to know how much in cups does she have left. So we could just start by saying she has blank cups left. When we think about our picture, we're going to use the picture models that they have provided. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to shade in the amount that she has. So she has 3.5 cups. So right now I'm going to look at my models. So this would be 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, and then we need a half here. Cut that in half. So I'm going to very quickly shade this to reflect 3.5 cups. Alright, so we have 3.5 cups, and we are removing, or we are using 1 3/4, so we're taking that away. So in order for this to make sense, what I've got to do is I've got to think about cutting my model now into fourths, because we were at halves, so now we need to cut it into fourths. So what I want you to do is go back to your model and just cut it into fourths. Sometimes it's helpful to use another color. And now that I've got it cut into fourths, I can remove 3/4. 1, 2, 3. And I can remove this whole piece here. This is all leaving. So what is left? When I look to see what is left, we have 1 whole box that is left, and we have 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 pieces that are left. So that's using our picture to help us find our answer. Estimates are still good to make sure that we haven't overlooked something. So when I think about 3.5, I'd like to say that that's on its way to being 4. When I think about removing 1 2 or 3/4, I'd say that that's about removing 2. And so my answer should be pretty close to 2, which is what we got here. But our final step is now relating that to the algorithm. So if I started with 3 1/2, and I'm taking away 1 3/4. The first thing that we did with our picture is we had to take our model and move it all to fourths. So I had to rename my 1/2 fraction into fourths. And we talked about just knowing that half of 4 is 2. So we know another name for 3.5 is 3 2/4 minus 1 3/4. Now that we've got that set up, can we take away 3/4 from 2, or 2/4 minus 3/4? No, we cannot. So the very next thing I would want to do is I would probably want to cross out the 3 and rename it as 2 4/4. And yesterday we said if we have 4/4 and we have 2/4, we can't just throw that away. So we must put them all together, just like that. And seeing these parentheses tells me I need to add them first before we subtract. So I'm going to rename this as 2 wholes, and 4 plus 2 is 6 fourths, minus 1 and 3 fourths. Now that we have everything in fourths, I'm able to remove the 3 fourths. 6 fourths minus 3 fourths is going to give me 3 fourths, and 2 wholes minus 1 whole is going to give me 3 fourths. 3 fourths is what I got from my picture, and that's what I'm getting here. And so what is it that we have left over? We have 1 and 3/4 cups of sugar left. All right, I'll see you back for number 3.